Hey guys, this is Joe Wang here with tips concerning how to live a fruitful life. This week we're going to be focusing on fruitfulness in a father and son's relationship. Now, the reason I brought out this statue as well as this game out is because this game is one of my favorite games of all time. I mean, the series, I love the God of War series. I've been playing the God of War games since I was a little kid, back when God of War 1 was released on the PS2, and I just kept playing God of War, God of War, God of War, God of War, and finally stumped onto this game. But what really drove me so attached to this particular title, God of War 2018, was the fact that it really focused on what a good father and son's relationship is like. So let me elaborate on it. I mean, I promise I'll do my best to really not give you spoilers because it's a great game and I really want you to enjoy it. But I'll do my best. Yeah, I'll do my best. So throughout the game, throughout the game, it talks about how Kratos, which is the main protagonist of the God of War, of course the God of War series, but in this game too, embarks on a long journey with accompanying his son, Arthas. And the thing is that throughout the journey, he teaches his son how to live a life in such a unforgiving and tough and evil world. He does that by teaching his son basic life skills, even in the beginning of the story about like how to hunt deer, how to shoot a bow and arrow, basically all those like necessities on how to, how a kid should survive in the big wilderness. And later on in the game, he starts to also teach him about character. So later on in the game, when Kratos was encouraged to really reveal his identity to his son, which was the hardest thing that he could do, he finally opened up to him and taught him, saying that Kratos himself is a god, and that his son is also born a god. So in order for his son to be fruitful, to live and be prosperous, he needs to be prepared and ready to eventually take on the role of being a god as well, because that's what his son is also destined to be. And he also taught his son that just because you are a god doesn't mean that you can do whatever you want. It doesn't mean that even a god has to be responsible for his own actions. And he does that, he teaches him that by telling him to, number one, control his anger. Because his son blows up really easily and he wants him to control his anger. Number two, he also teaches him, that basically, since gods have consequences in their actions, you do not have the right to kill someone unless it is through self-defense. Like for example, like if somebody was trying to really attack you to harm you, of course you need to fight back in order to survive. But you should not kill someone just because that you think they are evil, they get in the way, they see things differently from you, and all that. A god, even a god, has his own consequences if he does not do things right. So yeah, basically that game is really awesome. Like I said, it's a really awesome game. It has a lot of element to it, and yeah, and if you really love, you know, adventure games and you have a PS4, definitely, I highly recommend picking up this title if you haven't already. But besides all of that, I'm gonna be also sharing with you a little bit about me and my dad's relationship, about how my dad taught me some valuable lessons that I can continue on. So my dad really taught me about perseverance. Okay, perseverance, and he taught me about how perseverance can go a long way. So if you have not already known, my parents love to garden. We have tons of different small trees with different fruits that we love to plant. And don't get me wrong, it's very hard work. It's hard labor, you know, to plant them. You know, it's not easy. You know, you gotta know when to plant what, you know, how much water to put in, and then how often, like, does the plant need water every day, you know, once a week, and all that. You know, very tedious. And especially if you have multiple different trees and shrubs or fruits, then things get even more complicated. So my dad taught me a little bit about gardening, and at first I was like, "Are you serious, Dad? I mean, I really don't want to do this. Just leave me alone." But he really wanted. But then the thing is that he said, "No, son. You know, you should learn how to garden." After a while, I finally gave in and said, "All right, Dad, you know, just teach me." And the thing is that I'm really glad that he taught me that how to garden, like the basics on how to garden and what to do with those, you know, those plants and fruit trees. Because the thing is that I love art. You know, I love all kinds of art. You know, whether it's video games, whether it's photography, whether it's animation, whether it's, you know, pictures edited on Photoshop, you know, and Lightroom and all of that. I love all sorts of forms of art, and even music too. You know, I love all kinds of art, and I appreciate them. And seeing my garden flourish due to the hard work, you know, it really pays off. And I'm glad that my dad taught me all this. And plus, you know, because, like, you know, my parents are not going to be here forever. So if they die, you know, wouldn't it be sad to see the garden die as well? You know, then the thing is that I'm going to be the person who needs to carry on the legacy, you know, because I love the garden. I don't want it to die. I can't imagine my garden to be barren, to wither, you know. I just really can't. It's just going to be really depressing. Yeah, but yeah, my dad taught me a valuable lesson about perseverance and about how, you know, we need to go through pain. You know, sometimes you need to go through pain and suffering, you know, in order to appreciate what you reap. But yeah, this is all I have for today. If you want to see more tips on how to live a fruitful life, feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.